What's good, y'all? Happy Friday. Or Friday, like some of y'all like to say. I want to talk to mainly the black women, but I want to kind of speak on behalf of black men. Now, before some of you ladies jump the gun, this is not me acting like men are exempt or can do no wrong. Men can be just as bad in a lot of ways. But I want to speak on currently why most independent black women who are successful, have their careers, their own home, their own car or cars, businesses, all the resources and material possessions that they could want or at least need. But, even some of their wants, they can get it with their own money. So I feel like with all of the success that a lot of black women have, being independent, I'm trying to understand why black women are blaming black men for why they are single. I mean, independent, not dependent, independent. Beyonce / Destiny's Child, they help promote being an independent woman and not needing a man, and kind of brainwashing a lot of black women into not wanting a man unless she wants to use him for something. And don't jump to conclusions. If this is not you shouldn't even be offended by what I'm saying. But there's some truth to what I'm saying, because there are a lot of women out here these days who are only just using men for their own benefit. Whether they're using men to have a baby, using a man to take a vacation, using a man to go shopping, using a man for sex, using a man for to boost up her ego or her following or popularity. Women still depend on men for something, even if it's not financially. Men need women and women need men. But for a long time now, black women have been acting like they don't need men. For a long time now, black women have been saying they don't need men, especially black men. On top of that, a lot of the black women that are in relationships or that have been getting in relationships who have been so used to being independent, they're competing with their counterpart now. They're competing with the black man. They want to outdo him in the finances. They want to outdo him in the parenting, the parenthood. They want sole ownership of the parent, of being a parent. They're so selfish. They don't want to be a team, a union, and to work together as one to help build a great marriage and help to lay the foundation for the children. You can say a lot of things about black men, or men in general, and fathers, but for fathers in all races, if you're doing a certain experiment, which there is an experiment, there was a successful experiment on TikTok, which I don't condone it or support it, because somebody could really get hurt one day. A kid could get really hurt from their parent. But it was a TikTok challenge that was trending, and it was called Shut Up Mom Challenge. It's when the kids tell mom to shut up in front of dad, just to see how dad is going to react, what he's going to say or what he's going to do. Some of y'all that's watching this video, I know what I'm talking about. And what does every father do, no matter what race he is? What does he always do? He checks that child immediately. You're like, Mom, I don't feel like doing it. Shut up. Dad could be eating. He'd be like, wait, what the fuck did you just say? What did you just say? Come here. What'd your mom tell you to do? You better get your ass in there and do what your mom told you to do before I whoop your ass up in here. It don't matter what race the father is, he's going to make sure there's no disrespect in the home. He's going to make sure there's protection in the home. And he's going to make sure everybody is secure and safe. But nowadays, it's like a lot of women, but especially black women, are doing experiments. It's like black men are the only thing you really have. It's like black women they date out their race, and there are some successful relationships out of black women being with either a white guy, Hispanic guy, Asian guy, whatever. But statistically, it ain't too many men that can connect with a black woman like that. With all the things that come with a sister, ain't too many men out there strong enough mentally and emotionally to handle and deal with a black woman like a black man can. But then the very men that black women need so much, especially today, with all the nonsense that's going on, black women are obsessively and deliberately tearing down black men every chance they get. And then they wonder why you got these passport bros they would rather go to another country to find some love. Because anytime a man does an experiment, or anytime there's been a guy who has a big channel or blogger or whatever, or he does interviews with people in the street randomly, anytime he interviews these women and the guy asks the ladies, what type of man do you want, or what are your requirements for a man to maybe go out with you? I mean, for you to go out with a man or even be in a relationship with him. The stuff they say is so unrealistic. At least the women here in America, but especially the black women. And a lot more than half of them be looking straight up busted. But the way they be talking, you was thinking they was the baddest of the baddest. But men now, they see the mental illness in a lot of, and this is not all black women, but in a lot of black women, the black men are seeing the mental illness, and they are not going to tolerate it. They don't want to be around it. Men don't want to keep coming home from work or have a long day or even start their morning off, and you running your mouth, you arguing, you bitching and complaining about stuff that is unnecessary at the moment. Because even if you're feeling something or you're feeling a way about something, sometimes it's not always wise and it's not always good to express that. Not only to him, to yourself, or even just out. You got to be careful what you put out in the universe. And it's a lot of negative, toxic black women out here who expect black men to just take it and deal with it. If you don't like it, then oh well, then I'll find me another nigga. Oh well, then good luck. But all you're gonna be doing is bouncing from man to man while you're still tearing down men. Like, how you gonna keep tearing down men, but you still dependent on men for something, even if it's not financially? It's like, it makes no sense. So you can't expect black men to just want to be all in. Because remember when black men was trying to love y'all up and down and groom you with compliments and make these love songs, remember in the 90s? I think black men was doing their best. I'm not saying all black men now, but a lot of black men was doing their best to treat you like a queen. That was the most time when y'all was getting roses, cards, chocolates, getting taken out on dates, getting proposed to, all of that. A lot of marriages was in the 90s. But that got to a lot of black women's head, and it made them, I think black men, like R&B. R&B was big. It helped bring forth, it helped form a lot of families, and it helped bring forth a lot of children. But as time went on, the mothers who was coming up in the 90s, or who were maybe the 80s babies and they was coming up in the 90s or whatever, or maybe born in the 70s, you know, no matter what the age was, whatever the age was when they was in the 90s, they were so used to men having to meet certain standards for a woman that it has spoiled them, and they've started training their younger generation of girls, their daughters, to be acting like, oh no, this man better have this, he better do this for you. If he ain't doing this, then don't waste your time. And then it's gotten to the point to where now black women don't respect black men because they feel entitled. They've been so coddled and spoiled with love from men, when really, ain't even love, just money and possessions from men. And a lot of men have made dumb mistakes. Made the dumb mistakes of lusting and settling just to have sexual favors on a regular basis with a woman, and then he'll realize, man, he slept with a succubus, a wicked demon, a miserable heifer. I'm not saying y'all miserable heifers, all y'all, but I'm just saying there's a lot of y'all out there. I just got to call a spade a spade. So the behavior of black women has to change. The disrespect of black men has to change from black women. If they really want real respect and they want that love back from the black man, because the black man his love is gonna still be there, but he's gonna give his love to somebody else. He's not gonna waste his time giving it to a toxic black woman if he can meet a Hispanic woman who is loving, caring, kind, patient, and not drama-filled and toxic like you. So if you love your black man, if you want a good quality black man, you want to show that. You're going to stop tearing them down on these platforms. Stop tearing them down to your friends, getting in all these groups, getting with these, there's none against gay guys, but you getting with all these gay guys and you having these conversations with these men who don't want to really be men, and then you allow them to influence you to tear down men more and resent men more. Like, who raised you? How that make sense? Where they do that at? So come on, man. Y'all gonna have to start being a little smarter and being a little more appreciative and grateful of the men that have been suffering for you. So while y'all taking a man's babies, a man is suffering inside.